what bypass surgery is. It's a complicated surgery, but now, you know, thousands of bypass surgeries are done every year. So it is a fairly common surgery now. But if you read the description of a bypass surgery, it's daunting. I mean, at some point they have to clip your arteries to stop the blood flow, and they connect you to a machine. So actually your heart stops beating. For a few moments there during the surgery, your heart stops, and they are totally dependent on the machine continuing to pump blood. And eventually, as they finish the bypass, then they reconnect the blood, and the warmth of the blood restarts the heart. And if it doesn't start again, then they have medication to make sure that the heart starts again. So that's the way it works. And this doctor was sharing the fact that he had this lady who was having bypass surgery, and they did all that procedure. As they put her blood to go back, the heart didn't start. And then they gave her medication, the heart didn't start. The doctor said he was beginning to panic, and he himself with his hands started massaging her heart so that it would start again, and the heart didn't start. And then the doctor leaned over and whispered in the ear of this lady, "Mary, this is your doctor. I've done everything I can for you. Please get that heart to start." And he said he waited a few seconds, and then he heard the boom, 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 and the heart started again. And I was thinking to myself, we all have had an understanding of the passion that has kept our hearts beating. Whether that was for me 37 years ago, 32 as a priest, and 5 as a seminarian. But when I entered the seminary, I was excited, I had a passion, and somewhere along the way, we can lose some of that. If we look back and we're honest, those people who are married, when you married, I mean, you remember how much effort you put into your wedding, everything that went into planning that wedding, and everything that you were feeling that day. And somewhere along the road, you know, we begin to lose a little bit of that passion. Those who have children, when your children were born, you remember the excitement of that first birth, and you were so happy, and then somewhere along the line, you had to raise that child, and it wasn't the same, and you lose some of that passion. Relationships, when you start, they're great, and then all of a sudden things may happen that you lose some of that. And I think part of what Jesus is saying, we need to go back to that original passion that really moved our lives, that it was not external. Watch children, and I already used them as a bad example, but you know, in a way, children are so dependent. They just know that they just exist, and they have that simplicity, and somewhere along the road we lose it. And Jesus is saying, go back to that understanding. Go back. If you feel that your heart is stopping because you don't have the same passion you used to have, go back and realize what really matters in life, which is not what you have done, what you have accomplished. Those are good things, but there's something greater. This very night, your life will be required of you. That's what he's bringing us. He's bringing us to that moment, and he's saying, what are you going to do then? What's going to happen then? How are you going to feel then? And if you can get to that answer, work on it now, because that's what we're about. And if ever you doubt, just remember where you came from and where you're going. And if we do that, we will understand what the Lord is trying to tell us today. Amen.